We have to choose. Okay, one of these Sonic songs we have to choose. Okay, look. Do you want upbeat and happy Sonic music compilation? Do you want Sonic and Chill Radio 24/7? Sonic and lo-fi hip hop? Like, there's so many different choices. Study with Bluey. That's not even. It's not even cool. I mean, I guess it is basically. Bluey is just Sonic, but he doesn't run fast. Sonic Frontiers Lo-Fi, Shoot for the Stars in Lingo Jam Fancy Text. Another relaxing Sonic music collection by Splatty Agents. Let's just use this first one. I don't know what the hell's going on. Welcome to the Sonic segment of today's stream. Now, why is there a Sonic segment? Because it's very important for you to have some context here. Power World's dating game is real. So... I thought the Power World dating game wasn't going to be real. But it turns out it is actually going to be real. It's so much so that it's actually got a Steam page even. And in fact, we can even watch the trailer right now. We can actually watch it and see what this game is. And I want you to really think about why Sonic, or how Sonic is related to a Power World dating game and why I would draw this connection. Okay? So we had the first cinematic, which we saw, I think, last year or sometime during, the beginning of the year or something. I think it was like the last April Fool's. I want you to look very closely at the characters and just sort of imagine why Sonic would be so relevant to this thing here. This is a very Sonic coded game. I think this is the most Sonic coded game out there. Especially with the way that they sort of present these characters, especially this one. This is the most Sonic of all the things that we're going to be seeing. I think like this is. You ever see that like video where they talk about how they feel about cream in Sonic and the stuff? That's what this makes me feel like. And then you have like the one random human who hangs out with these weird animal like creatures, right? So, yeah. And then you have this like really the old ugly bastard character. But this is a real game, and we saw this last time, the whole trailer. They released a new trailer, and they made this Steam page, so it's actually going to be real. And boy, is there some questionable content. Just before I show you the trailer, I guess we just look at the images here. When you stroke right there, that's cute. Meet me behind the gym after school while she licks her lips. So now those two are just enough for you to see, right? Why Sonic would be related to this. Oh god. Is that its ass cheeks? What is that? Oh my god, I think that's its ass cheeks. Look at the figure. It's the head's over here, the arm is over here. This is the upper body. It's like a deer. So that's his ass cheeks. Why is his ass cheeks so voluminous? So bubbly. Jesus Christ. That's not how I don't think we played Power World. Is that how the animals look like in that game? I don't know. What the fuck? You're my second favorite, right after my big brother. That's Do you really think I look cool? Mm-hmm. And it's, the second real human. Whatever this thing. Why does it look like this? Oh wait, is this a spider? This is a spider. The ass is the whole bulb back here. Those are its leg bulbs. I see. Hey, I made this for you. I thought it would totally suit you. I made it myself. It's a spider. Spiders shoot webs from their asshole. Silk comes from a spider's asshole. Splatterina? What the hell is this? I'm the Splatterina transfer student starting this semester. I'm good with crafts and making medicine. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. So I I saw that they were making this a real thing. And I was thinking about, oh god. And I was thinking about the type of audience that would enjoy this. And I realized that there's a lot of overlap between this game's audience and probably the Sonic audience. Because I see a lot of different images of, say, like Cream or what's her name, Daisy, Rosie, and all the different ways that the characters are depicted. And I look at all the various fan media. Like, there's a lot of Sonic fandom stuff that I'll show you here. It's all on YouTube actually. There's like a bunch of like Sonic gets Cream pregnant or something, gets Cream pregnant. This one, yeah, here we go. So you got like if Sonic babysat Cream 2. There was one. Okay, what the fuck is this? Like, this is why we're doing this, right? Because there's something weird about this. The fact that these exist out there, and the fact that this is the same audience that would probably really enjoy a Power World dating sim, because it's all in the same spirit, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Key to realize is that there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but I just wanted to get into the mindset of a person who would play that Power World game, and I want to be that type of person because I am going to play that game. And so I was looking around for something to figure out, well, which Sonic character am I? Because I thought that'd be a great way to understand exactly where in the fandom I lie. Because I see the fandom split between two people, Sonic and Shadow, right? If you're a Sonic fan, you're like a casual, normal consumer of it. Like, you are like your average person who just happens to like a certain type of thing. You don't really think about the fact that, like, these anthropomorphic animal people are having sex and stuff like that, okay? But when you're Shadow, you think of stuff like this. Let me see if can I pull this up? Wait, what happened to my source? Oh wait, it died. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry, give me a second. Give me a second. I need to find it. I need to find it. Give me a second.
Give me back my passport.
Wait. That was way too loud, and I need to fix this. Give me a second. It's a wee bit awkward. I know. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I definitely messed up here. I should have done this before, but I messed up. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Actually, how loud would this be? If I do into these, how loud is this? Yeah, like that's how I imagine that you are if you're Shadow. Like, if you're into Shadow, then you're more like that. Like, I just love Latinas, Sonic. So I was looking around for a test to really confirm which side of the scale I am, because it's important to know, right? Because in a way, I behave like a Shadow fan, but I feel like I'm a Sonic person. We're not into that weird stuff, okay? But the only way to tell is if you do a personality test. So I found a Sonic Syndrome test, which you can do too, chat. I'm gonna post the link inside the chat. I want all of you to do this and post which Sonic character you are, and I want you to like read this, okay? Because this is the way that they describe this is like crazy. Speed into the vibrant world of Sonic the Hedgehog and discover which character's struggles resonate with your own. Inspired by Shay Gordon et al.'s research that led to the Pooh Pathology Test. This quiz maps your trait to 7 iconic Sonic Universe figures through 35 questions. What is the Pooh Psychopathology Test? What is this research? Professors Dr. Sarah E. Shea, MD, Dr. Kevin Gordon, MD, and associates studied the characters of Winnie the Pooh and concluded that each of them could be linked to a definite psychiatric diagnosis. This is real research being done by psychiatrists with medical degrees that has been now tailored to understanding what Sonic character you are. This whole thing is cursed, and I think it was important for us to do this because if I'm going to play that dating game, that Power World dating game, I need to know what type of person I am, and whether I'm Sonic or I'm Mr. I love Latinas. Okay, sorry about that. Apparently I can't do that. I remember now why I stopped using the OBS video source thing. It's been crashing me for a while now, and I still don't know why. We're just gonna do the test, see what our result is, and we're gonna see where this eventually leads us. Okay. There's 35 questions in this, which is a fairly long test, all things considered. But I feel like most personality tests end up being roughly around this length anyway, so it's not the worst thing ever. But I do look at it and I go, man, there's a lot to have to go through just to get an answer as to how weird I am. I can't let go of a task until it's perfect. Do I agree or disagree? I guess it's a slider. That's kind of a weird system. Why do they do this? Why does everything? Why does every single website that I see reinvent controls? Like they have to make their own new controls, and it's always like a weird fucked up version. I can't let go of a task until it's perfect. I disagree. I actually let go of tasks very often. I think maybe before there would have been a time when I didn't do that often. Nowadays, I look at something that I don't finish and I go, I've done more than enough with this idea, and I'm willing to walk away from it, and I'm willing to not bother doing more with it because, like, at some point, right? At some point, you kind of lose your mind trying to make something perfect. You go insane trying to chase that level of perfection when it could have been good enough the entire time. Not to say that I don't think you should chase perfection. I think chasing perfection is a very valid goal, and I think it's important to do that in order to continually improve your skill at something and like improve the quality of something. But I don't think it's worth it to basically disallow yourself from saying something's finished if you don't reach perfection. Not to say that I don't think it's impossible to reach perfection. I think in a theoretical sense it is, because perfection is sort of like there's like different standards of quality for what something is, and perfection for something that's like more functional might just be the fact that it is fully without defect, right? For instance. But I think there's value in getting something out there regardless of whether or not it's as perfect as it can be. And there's value in getting it to the point where it's enough to make you enjoy what you've made and appreciate it for what it is, right? So I would say maybe even like heavily disagree, although sometimes I do like to hang on to things for a bit too long sometimes. I prefer being alone over dealing with others. This is the Sonic question. This is the question that leans you towards, are you Sonic or are you Shadow? And I don't want to be Mr. Latino, even though that is kind of fun to like think about. I just love Latinos. But I really do enjoy being alone. So I'm going to say a hard agree. I feel detached from others, like I don't belong. I feel like most people don't belong with me. I feel like they're ruining my vibe. I worry about messing up even when I'm prepared. I literally don't give a shit. I look at the fact that if you mess up, it's a learning period. It's fun to think about how you mess up and how to improve from that. But I also think about the ways that, you know, when you mess up, it's an opportunity to almost freeform and freestyle what could be, right? I don't look at messing up as like a terrible thing. I look at messing up as an opportunity to do something interesting with that moment in time that you have there, right there and then, versus necessarily being afraid that, oh, now perfection is like ruined, right? Again, same mindset as, you know, not being afraid of having something be imperfect. I'm fine with having something be slightly less than perfect, as long as it's important. I focus on goals and not feelings or relationships. This is a very... I feel like these questions are very pointed towards, are you Sonic or are you or are you Shadow? There's like other characters, right? Because there's like 7 iconic. There's like Cream. There's Cream. I'm gonna say that goals are not that important. It's cool to have goals. It's cool and important to have goals in your life to be able to do things. But I think the most important thing is to care about people's feelings, because what's the point of a goal if you have if you have nothing else in your life? If you only have the feeling of satisfaction of completion, it's like, what's the point? Like, you have no real substance behind what you do and no real reason behind what you do. You just do it because you just want to do it, and it feels almost empty in a way. So, hard no. I can't relax when something feels uncertain. I literally don't care. Like if something feels uncertain, well, actually, no, I do care. Actually, this is a huge problem of mine. Yes, I have major anxiety. I feel like I need to fix everyone's problems. I feel like I don't give a shit about people. I feel like, am I leaning too much towards Shadow? I struggle to trust even when I want to. That's a very Shadow question. No, I feel like I trust a little too much, actually. I'm haunted by memories I can't let go of. I feel like everyone is, to some degree, so maybe this is neutral. If you don't have memories that you can't let go of, what does that mean about you? Do you not care about your actions? Because it's like, well, what's the odds of someone being perfect from birth? And I don't mean perfect in the sense of like you've done some terrible thing, but even just something that you sort of think back on and you say, "I wish I could have done that differently." I feel like if you answer no to this, then it means that you either are perfect, which feels unlikely, and so maybe it's more likely that you just don't care about what you used to do. I'm gonna say, yeah. I stick to my rules and routines, no exceptions. I actually don't care. I take bold risks to show off my genius. I don't know what that means. Well, I like to take risks. I don't care about showing off though. Duty matters to me more than fun and relaxation. I actually hate working. I fear being abandoned or left behind. What? I don't care about being abandoned. Well, actually, I guess abandonment is different. I guess being left behind is one thing, where it's like I imagine, say, the knights in their like cozy fireplace campfire, sitting there with their guts all spilled out. It's like, go on without me, you know. You have to live. Just leave me behind, and I'll deal with it. But being abandoned is very specific to the idea of you never wanted to be left behind, right? At least being left behind, you can sort of infer different meanings, but being abandoned is very specifically that's the feeling of something that you wanted to stick by your side is now throwing you away. What does that mean? I would say maybe. I keep my guard up to avoid getting hurt again. I'm going to be like, I don't really care. For me, it's like if you keep your guard up and you never show your true self, and then what happens when the moment you do, it's like then you don't really know if someone actually cares about you. I overthink every step before I take it. I actually don't give a shit. I put others' needs way above my own, kind of, in the sense of like, I care about how it's going to affect somebody, but probably not in the sense of it's more important than mine. I struggle to focus on slow, boring tasks. If you say you agree, you're Sonic. You say you don't agree, you're Shadow. I crave admiration for my ideas and achievements. I actually don't give a shit. I don't handle criticism well. It stings so too much. I actually, you know what? To some degree, I don't like getting criticized because it's not in the sense of I don't like the way that it makes me feel, but I feel like a lot of people, when they give criticism, they fail to understand what the point of something is. It's like, what's a practical example? It's like if I'm learning something, if I'm learning how to get into like say art, let's say for instance, and my drawing sucks, right? I know that it sucks. I know why it sucks, but I'm not asking about necessarily why it sucks. I'm asking about specifically the ways that I could improve. And a lot of people give criticism in the sense of like this sucks, and they say that this sucks, and like that part sucks, and then this part sucks, but they don't say how it could be improved. And so a lot of the time, the like there's no advice with the criticism. There's just like a critique. Well, maybe it's not even critique. They just point out flaws. And to me, a lot of people have this idea of that's criticism. But I'm like, I know that those flaws are there. I'm asking how it could be better. And you can't offer that. It's like you're basically as useless as I am at this point, right? Where if you can't even point to how it's better, how do you even know if it's bad? Like, how do I even know, right? Some things you can kind of tell, but even then, it's like the worth of what you say immediately goes to zero in my mind because I already know it's bad in these ways. I'm trying to figure out how to make it good. There's also the other kind of criticism where they don't understand the point of what you're doing. Like, I might be asking for a critique on, say, how I draw the form of something, how I care about the motion of something, how I care about the flow of it, and they'll be looking at the poorly drawn sketch, going, "Well, this looks like shit." It's like that doesn't really like it's somewhat similar to the first point that I made, but different in the sense of I at this moment I don't care about the way that it looks. I care about the lines of motion. I care about the way that it moves and like it is expressing an animation of some kind, and I care about the accuracy of that. And that's the other problem with a lot of people's critique is they critique the wrong thing. And it's not to say that what they're critiquing isn't important, but if that's not the focus of the thing, it's not valuable. It's not. Well, I wish invaluable also meant like a bad thing, and maybe it's more of a. Are you allowed to say invaluable for something that is like bad? I don't know. Let's say invaluable. Saying hello, Chad. How are you? Take this test. Invaluable meaning. Take this test. Which Sonic character are you? Oops, wrong link. Okay, well, don't click that link. It's gonna pop out the like chat. Sorry. Do this link where you get to do the Sonic test. Invaluable, extremely useful. Okay, well, some critique is just not valuable because it targets the wrong thing, right? So I don't care about criticism for the most part, and I don't handle criticism well, not because it stings too much, because I feel like most people's criticism suck. I see myself as destined for greatness. This is a very shadow move. Anyways, how are you, chat? How are you today? I see myself destined for greatness. I don't really care about greatness. I feel lost without someone to guide or support me. I swear I've said this multiple times where it's like, I wish more people looked at the things that people do and not at the person themselves. And I wish that in a way people took more time to try to intuit things and build that skill to intuit what to do versus necessarily having a guide in life, because the guide isn't really going to help you get through life. It's like you really want to learn the core of why something works versus necessarily having somebody hold your hand the entire time. So I don't really care about this. I come off as cold even when I don't mean to. I have this problem actually. I don't know how to joke around with people because it's really hard for me to joke around because I've been with this group for so long where we joke around, but it's not really joking around. It's stuff like my friend is messaging me, and then she's like, "You're so stinky that I could smell you from here," and I go, "You're so fat that I could see your fingers typing from over here." And it's like I can't just say that. You know what I mean? Like it's like cruel. It's like very cold and cruel. But like in the context of our friend group, that's hilarious. Like it's probably the best diss that I've ever made on the spot compared to me being stinky. But it's like because I do that stuff and because I'm so used to that kind of like ribbing and like joking around. When I talk to normal people, I can feel very very cold and like very off-putting. Emotions feel distant or irrelevant to me. That's a very shallow question. No, I feel too in tune with my emotions. I act on impulse even when I know I should think first. Sometimes, yes. I take my responsibilities more seriously than most. I literally don't care about my responsibilities. Well, you know what? I guess it depends on what you consider a responsibility. Do you care about work as your responsibility? Or do you care about the people that you have in your life as a responsibility? Because I care about the way I take care of Missy. I care about the way I take care of my wife. I care about the ways that I take care of my family. I care about those responsibilities. I don't care about work. I'm like no joke, if I'm late for work, I'll just be like, well, I'm already late. I might as well be 2 hours late. Because what's the difference, right? Okay, this is the thing that I never understand. If you get punished for being 5 minutes late, or like 2 hours late, and it's the same punishment, you might as well be 6 hours late. Because it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Just be as late as you want, sleep in, you might as well, end your shift early, you make less money. Because it's either way, you're getting your pay docked. You know what I mean? Like, the punishment is the same no matter the severity. You might as well get away with as much as you can. Otherwise, what's the point at all of taking the punishment, right? So, at least for work, I don't really give a shit. Because it's like, they never really punish me well, and I blame them on it. It's not really, they're still paying me, so it's their fault. I can't sit still. I need to keep moving or doing something. Sure. I do anything to keep someone I love close to me. Yes. I'm clingy. I get tense or angry when something triggers me. Well, no, not really. I don't really get tense or angry. I get disappointed in the sense of like, because like the only thing that really triggers me is when somebody isn't really understanding something, in the sense of they like, not in the sense of it's like clear, but more in the sense of like they aren't willing to meet halfway to understand something. Because I think learning is a two-step process of be presented with the information and then also be whatchamacallit, be willing to take in the information and think about what this means for you, and like be willing to sort of like engage with it and open yourself up to it. I get angry at only at moments like that. Otherwise, I just don't care. But like other things do trigger me too, like noise and stuff. So maybe I don't know. Let's go like this. I feel uneasy if things aren't done the right way. I actually don't care. I feel like if you want to be experimental, that's on you. I cling to relationships even when they're tough. I feel like that's the very obvious answer. What? Is this really made by like a MD? Well, who are these people? Who is Dr. Sarah E. Shea and Kevin Gordon? Sarah Ishe is a licensed. I don't even know if this is the same person. She could just have a very generic name. Licensed. This isn't. Wait. She earned the pack. She joined the pack program in 2012. This was made in 2002. No. 2002's research, inspired by Shay Gordon et al. Research. What is this even like a real person? Parenting at a challenging time. That's just parenting in general. Oh wait, is this it? Pathology in the 100 Acre Wood? Maybe it's this. Somewhere at the top of the 100 Acre Wood is a little boy and his bear play. Yeah, this is it. Because there's no way. Are these real doctors? Sarah Ishe. They're with the Division of Developmental Pediatrics in Nova Scotia. In Nova Scotia? Oh no, this is a Canadian. A Canadian made this. Oh no, I'm sorry. Because I feel like this is weird to think about because I feel like relationships always have ups and downs. But if you're not committed to even the like down moments, or you're really in a relationship, like no, you're in a convenience ship. Like you're only there when it's convenient and good versus you're in a relationship. Because if you're only there for when it's good, then and you're not there for when it matters, aka when it's tough, and you're not like there is no relationship, there is no relation. It's just are you fun to be around? Are we having sex? Okay, then it's good. If we don't, then it's not going well. I feel like like there's more to it than that, right? Not to say that like all toughness, all things that are bad are the same. Like if they're abusing you, that's kind of bad. But it's like I feel like for most of the time, you wouldn't call that tough. Like you would probably say that that's a really bad time for you and that you're going through a lot of problems. But to say that it's tough, I imagine, oh, he wasn't like he didn't really think about the way like he didn't really help me do things or like he didn't really get me things or something. Like I feel like that stuff in the moment or like he hasn't been talking to me lately. Like he seems down and he will open up to me. Like that stuff is I think when you would describe it as tough, and I think that's when you would need to stay the most. So it's like this feels like a non-question, but maybe this is a good question to see your moral standpoint of do you even care about the fundamentals of a relationship? I get distracted easily jumping from one thing to the next. Hard agree. I need to prove I'm smarter than anyone else. I would love to be the dumbest person. I second guess my abilities despite my successes somewhat. I love the thrill of taking risks without a plan. Sometimes I don't care about praise or connection. Which Sonic character am I? Fuck. Well, this proves it. I'm Sonic. So wait, so what? Amy Rose is dependent. Shadow is PTSD. Tails is anxiety. Metal Sonic is schizoid. Wow. Dr. Eggman is narcissistic. And Knuckles is what is OCPD? OCPD. Obsessive compulsive disorder. It's like OCD but personality. I'm Sonic. I'm the restless racer. Fast, free, focus, fleeting. Amazing. And you know what? I'm also mostly Rose. I'm actually the least OCPD. I'm not narcissistic at all, which is strange considering that I do stream. I'm also, but I'm very. What is schizoid? Why am I 45% schizoid? What does that mean? A mental health condition marked by a consistent pattern of detachment from and general disinterest in social relationships. Well, it's not that I'm disinterested. I'm just like I'm not really into social relationships. I just like to. I don't know. I have a wife and I have a dog, and that's all I need. And the two separate things. PTSD, I get, and anxiety, I get too. Okay, well, you know what? At least I'm this guy, and not the other guy, because the other guy is a bit funny. Let me see if I can show you the video without me crashing now. Not a narcissist. Wow, you do the test. Show me who you are, huh? Show me your thingy, your like thing. Show me your test results. Our mod is for sure a narcissist. She always talks about how she's so good at TFT and how she always beats me and haha and join the academy. I'm this guy. I always love that video because there's just something funny about the fact that it ends up on that note, and there's something funny about the way that they go through so much effort to like read it that way. With those lines, how is Sonic not a narcissist? In Discord, every time I hear the word in Discord, I never heard. You know what? Sonic is not a narcissist, right? He is a fun-loving, caregiving person. He cares about being with his friends, but he also cares about changing his mind every second. I'm actually the most ADHD here. I've actually had this conversation with my friends where I go on Discord and I'm like, "Hey, do you think that you're ADHD?" To my friend who's a teacher. He's an elementary school teacher. And he goes, "Oh, for sure." And I was like, "How do you know?" And he's like, "Brother, I teach these kids." Like, I look at them and I go, "Huh, that's just me." And then it totally makes sense because he said that I'm also ADHD. Like he was like, he was like, "Brother, if I'm a doctor, I would diagnose you as ADHD." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, it makes sense." Chat got mostly PTSD. My condolences. Anxiety. Amy Rose and Knuckles. Oh, you even got some Knuckles in there, and some Dr. Eggman. You're 35% narcissistic. You know what? This explains a lot. if you were there last time when I streamed, which was a week ago, and you were riding over the fact that I didn't say your name, I expect at least a 30% on the narcissistic scale. At least. I posted the test within the Discord as well. Please do take it. It's fun to know who we are so that we can play the ever amazing Power World dating sim. And I will let you know right now, I'm a normal person. I would not enjoy this game. I would not enjoy this game. I feel like you have to be at least like you'd have to be at least like a Tails or an Amy Rose to want to play this game. But just, you know what this needs? Wait, youtube.com ASMR ear licking. Here we go. This is, oh yeah, ASMR ear licking. Oh yeah, here we go. Ooh, are you guys ready? Oh, it's in my right ear. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. Just like imagine. Oh yeah, that's, ooh. ASMR girlfriend experience. Let's do ASMR GFE sleep aid. Sleep aid. Cozy cuddles with your crush. What can I say? I'm an overachiever who needs a bit of everything. So true. So narcissistic. So full of yourself. Okay, now this is, oh, this is awful. But yeah, I want you to know I would never play this game. Because Sonic wouldn't be the type of person to play this game. You, chat, though, I feel like all of you would. Thank you for taking the test. We're actually going to play a real game now. I just wanted to see where I laid within the Sonic lines, because when I saw the trailer for this and I showed all the things and I saw that first image of him like getting rubbed and he was like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, oh." I was like, okay, this is. I have to do this test to understand where I lie, because a lot of Sonic fandom stuff is strange, to say the least.